Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm so excited because today I'm going to be doing the second question and answer video ever on my channel. And I'm really excited because you guys had so many questions for me this time around. I asked you on my Instagram and on my Twitter and on my Facebook, and if you guys don't all follow me there, it's at Carolyn Marie X3. Go give me a follow, a like, or whatever. If you're new here to my channel, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'd love to see you in my next video. So anyway, let's get into our first question. I wrote them down, and I'm going to say this right from the beginning. I'm going to really botch these usernames, and yeah, so don't hate me if I'm saying your names wrong or anything like that. So much love, okay? Donnie asks, how old are you? And I am 27 years old, or years young. I still feel like I am 18 though, so, but I am 27. Andy asks, are you making new music soon? And I am. I actually have a single called Private Eyes coming out either late August or probably early September. So I'm pretty excited about that. We shot a music video for it, and I'm really excited because it's a little bit of a new sound, and I think you guys are gonna dig it. So Lucky Verma 8471, sorry if I have that wrong, asks, how are you? I am great and doing well. I've just been working on music, working on creating videos for the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be working on writing some more music too. So it's gonna be a really exciting year filled with new music, new videos, and constantly hearing from me. I also have been going live on my Instagram account once a week, just kind of on a random day. I haven't picked a day that I know works. I'm doing really well and I'm having so much fun. Peter Francis asks, do you ever read poetry? And it's funny, I used to read poetry a lot when I was in high school, not so much anymore. I think writing poetry is what helped me start songwriting, actually. I took this class called Honors Imaginative Process, and it was all about creative writing, and I just was obsessed with the class. It was like one of my favorite classes, and it was the first class too, and I never ever wanted to skip. It just was so much fun, and I wrote actually a poem in that class called Seasons, and I translated the poem into what Shelter Me is now into a song form. So I think that's a cool little interesting fact. So I wrote a poem in high school, and later I decided that I wanted to recreate that poem into a song. And I've always written poems. I actually have a poem published as well in a book. So yeah, I do read poetry, and I love to write it myself as well. And I actually think the way I songwrite is through poetry. So now you know. I don't know what this question means. What kind of gestures you've liked to the boys? I don't know. I don't know what gestures I like to the boys. Next question. Well, this one's not a question. This is hi. And I'm just gonna say hi back. Hi. Robert asks, why are you so gorgeous? And I'm going to ask you a question back. Why are you so nice? My next question is, what do you prefer, cats or dogs? And you can't choose both, you can only choose one. I love dogs. I love dogs. I actually am allergic to cats, short-haired cats, not long-haired cats, but I'm allergic to short-haired cats, and I think cats are great as well, but I just love dogs. They're just so happy all the time and just so happy to see you, and they make you feel so loved, and I love my dog. I used to have a cat and I loved him so much too, but his personality was like a dog. Like, he would let us like put bows in his hair and do like crazy things. Yeah, he was a little bit tortured, but he was the nicest cat. So yeah, I think I like dogs better. Or actually, I know I like dogs better, but I would think about getting a cat, like a long-haired cat. I haven't thought about that in a while because I've been like pretty deathly allergic to short-haired cats forever, and I just recently figured out that it's only the short-haired cats that I'm allergic to. So yeah, dogs. The next question is about the music industry. What are the toughest things? What are the best things? What are the hardest things? And to me, the toughest and hardest things are kind of the people in it. It's really hard to trust people in this industry. Lots of people want to scam you and promise you the world and deliver nothing. And there's tons of them, and they like to take advantage of new artists. I actually want to create some videos and shed some light onto that because I think it'd be super helpful to any of those artists that are coming up and just going through some of the things that I went through, maybe that would help them not make the same mistakes. The best things are that once you realize that practically no one's really gonna help you, you just kind of do your own thing and you market yourself and you figure out through social media, and that is so rewarding because you can create your own success. I'm here and I know that I can create this YouTube video and I can post it and people will see it, and the amount of times I feel like I can do that directly will relate to my success, or the amount of content I want to produce, or how much I write songs and get them out so you guys can hear them directly relates to my success and just researching myself. So in a way, it's like really amazing because you can control your own destiny and you can create the brand you want, but at the same time, it is very hard because you're the only person in it, especially if you're independent. You're the only person that you're bouncing ideas off, really, because I really personally believe that you create your own success. And I think there are ways besides, you know, waiting for a record label to come sign you and going on tour and all these things, or like not going on tour, but like having an opening slot or a supporting slot on a tour, that you can actually build your following and build your reputation. So in that way, the music industry is really hard, but also things I love the most about it is that you control your own destiny in a way. Once you figure out that all these people are like scamming you and are BS, then you literally the floodgates are open and you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to create the music I want. I'm going to make the videos I want. I'm going to post what I want. And once you start doing that and you start being so true to yourself and you can post regularly without feeling like there's something holding you back because you have to be a certain way, you really can blossom as an artist. It can be super rewarding. And I also love performing. So those are the things I love about the music industry. I'm going to now move on to my Twitter questions. Bobby McGill asks, when is your next concert date in Virginia? When is the video for the new song gonna hit? And are you going to do a CD single for your fans to buy? Okay, so my next concert date in Virginia is pending. I don't know when that is yet. And I really want to be out on the road and tour and perform, but I have to make sure it's the right time for me, as well as getting the band together and everything. But we'll definitely be doing some spot dates, and I'm definitely going to try to get a spot date at some point in Virginia if I'm not on a tour opening or supporting somebody. As far as the new video, he's talking about Private Eyes, and that will probably hit in early September, which is super exciting. Yay, new music. And then also about Private Eyes, he's asking if I'm going to put it on the single on a CD. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to definitely be doing some like t-shirts and merch. I don't know about the CD yet, but that's a cool idea. If that's something you guys really want, I will definitely look into that. But I'm definitely gonna do t-shirts and you guys are gonna love them. They're so cool. I'm excited to show you. Anna Flores asks, I can't say that. Anna Flores says, what's your favorite perfume? And I actually did a whole video about all my favorite perfumes, and it's like blowing up, which is super cool. If you guys want to check that out, I'll definitely link that down below. But my all-time favorite perfume is Coco Chanel Mademoiselle. It is so heavenly and beautiful and amazing and smells delicious. So definitely, if you're at the store and you're looking for a new perfume, check that one out. See if it's your thing. I am obsessed with it. And definitely check out the video too, because it seems to be a hit. Jeremy Thompson asks, if there was one, would you go to our high school reunion? And absolutely, I would go to our high school reunion. I think that'd be so cool to see everybody. It's been so long, and there's so many people I love and adore that I went to high school with, so I'd be super stoked to see everyone. Kirk asks, if someone was interested about a certain genre of music you listen to, what's one song you'd recommend they listen to and why? This is a good question. Okay, so I am really inspired by Taylor Swift. She's really like an inspiration to me. I also really enjoy Katy Perry's music. And if I had to pick one song from Taylor Swift for you guys to check out that I think kind of resonates with me and kind of inspired the way I write in a way, I would check out All Too Well by her. I think it's a great song. She takes you through this like huge story, and literally it's a beginning, a middle, and end, and it's like a longer song. It's a little different than her typical songs, but I love it, and it's off the album Red. This is a whole album though, so sorry. I know this is kind of like not answering the question, but it is a little bit. An album that I feel like really speaks to me completely is Teenage Dream from Katy Perry. It is produced by obviously like Max Martin and Katy Perry, and that album is just like hit after hit and like so amazing. Each song is like a roller coaster. It feels so emotional. I think sometimes pop music, especially today, is more like soundtrack based, like it's trying to make you feel something as you would through a movie versus your typical instruments that you hear all the time. So it's interesting when I tell people what songs I'm inspired by, because sometimes they don't agree with me and they think I should have like older inspirations and stuff like that, but those are the artists that inspire me and who I've been listening to my whole life. So I'm going to my Facebook questions now. Okay, so Steve Flores asks, who's your biggest musical influence? And I don't know, I feel like I pull influence from so many people, and I don't exactly necessarily want to be like just one person, but there's artists that I definitely think inspire me a lot. I'd have to say my favorite artist is Taylor Swift, but musically I don't necessarily think we sound the same, but I do love her music a lot. I love Katy Perry, I love Michael Jackson, I love Joan Jett, I love Hailstorm. I'm kind of all over the board with where I pull my influences from. Sorry guys, I had a little bit of an interruption. I didn't even hear the teapot. My house is crazy sometimes, lots of noise all the time, so I don't even hear when things are going off, but then I just realized there's a teapot. And you guys were probably like, what is that? Please stop. So, you're welcome. Steve Flores also asked, if you could perform with any artist, past or present, who would you choose and why? I would love to perform with Michael Jackson. I think it would just be so much fun to have performed with him and dance, and I just think he put on a great show and that he was such a showman. I pull from all that for my inspiration for myself because I really appreciate the show. What's your biggest piece of advice you would give to girls who want to follow their dreams of becoming a performer and singer? My biggest piece of advice would be to be yourself, and if anyone tells you that you should change your look or do this and that's what's gonna help you make it, they're liars. And just stay true to who you are, do what you want, and stay determined and stay motivated and keep going on the path and never give up. Ryan asks, what's the theory of relativity? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know it. Give me a long paragraph explanation of it because we don't have time to explain it in this video. Dan Maldonado asks, what's your favorite ice cream? That's a good question. I have so many favorite ice creams. I love ice cream, by the way. God, I can go on and on and on. I literally will go to ice cream shops just to try. I mean, that makes sense. I would go to all these different ice cream shops. There's one down the street, but like, no, I want to try a new one. So we go like 40 minutes away to try the better ice cream. And it's so worth it all the time, but it makes me so happy inside. Ice cream, I don't know. God, if I like actually bought the tubs of it and I had it at home, I would have some problems and issues. But so my favorite ice cream, I don't know. These are the ones I'm kind of feeling right now. I really like mint chocolate chip, and I like Oreo, like cookies and cream, Oreo flavor. Those are the ones I'm really feeling right now. But I also like those super special flavors. I don't know, like snickerdoodle cookies, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, but those are like my standard. Like I like mint chocolate chip a lot, and I like cookies and cream. That's what I'm feeling right now. It changes though. Steve White asks, I'm picking up another old car. Will you be using it in a future video? Yes, I will be using it in a future video. His car is super cool, so amazing. Old vintage looking car, and it's black, and it's so sleek, and it's awesome, and I'm excited. You guys gave me a lot of questions, which is great. I love it. But the video is gonna be long, sorry. Justin asks, what's your ultimate goal with your music career? Where do you see yourself in 5 and 10 years down the road? My ultimate goal with my music career is to, I don't know. My ultimate goal with my music career is to get a full-time living doing music and like like a really nice full-time living doing music, that would be spectacular because I like expensive things. But anyway, no, yeah, to do that and perform, just be able to create whatever I want, whenever I want, kind of. Like, I want to be doing it full-time, which I do. I put like full-time hours into my music career, but it can't be my full-time thing yet. That's ultimately what I want. I want it to be full-time where I'm performing and touring and creating YouTube content, and I have a content team with me, and it's just pretty much I can hire people to help and have this team. That's really what I want. Right now, my team is very small. It's like 3 people, but I want it to be like a little bit happier, bigger. I want it to be a little bigger team. Ultimately, like, I want to be at a level of a Katy Perry or a Taylor Swift. That's my ultimate goal. And I hope that happens in 5 years. And in 10 years, maybe I will want to start a label or something and take on younger artists. That would be cool. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that. The greatest part of touring versus traveling. Okay. So the greatest part of touring is obviously meeting everybody. That's just so much fun to me. Like, after the show, to get to meet everybody after and be like, hello, and get to meet people that I had conversations online with in person. I think that's so cool. As far as like the difference between touring and traveling, traveling is probably like a little more relaxing, I guess, you know? It's like, I feel like when you're traveling to go on vacation and you're going to this like beautiful place, which when you're touring is not always how it is. Like, sometimes you show up at a spot and you're like, whoa, this is a little bit sketchy. So yeah, so it kind of depends, but I love touring and I love performing, and it doesn't matter where I am, I'm having so much fun doing it. So G. William asks, who are your 5 greatest solo female musical influences and top solo male influences? Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to list 5, but we'll see. Let's see what the girl can do. Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, Joan Jett, female. Lizzie Hale. One more. There's someone else I love out there. I don't know, I'm gonna stop at 4. And then for male artists, I love Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. I don't know. Who are some other guys that I like? I don't like anybody. Yeah, I know. That was a really short list. Dana asks, what's the hardest part about making music? And to me, the hardest part about making music is probably like the production aspect of it in a way. Not so much the writing the lyrics and that, but like, you know, figuring out the recording part and the tuning and the mixing and the mastering and kind of like getting those things all together to create a final product, because you could have this amazing song, but it also has to be recorded right, and it has to be mixed right, and it has to be mastered right. So to me, that's the hardest part about creating music, is just to get the perfect sound of the song once you're like trying to put it out onto iTunes and distribution services forever, and you want your baby to sound great. So that was all my questions, and I want to thank you guys so much for asking me these questions. It's so cool that I even get to like do a question and answer video, like, that you guys care. That's so cool. If you guys want to see more of these, definitely comment down below. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're updated on all my future videos. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my music. You can go and find it on Spotify, Apple Music, and you can also find it on my website at www.carolynmariemusic.com/store. And if you purchase a hard copy, I will sign it for you. And we also have some t-shirts and Popsockets and some other cool merch for sale there as well. All right, guys, that just about wraps this up, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.